Good evening. My name is Angelos Angelou. I'm the founder and CEO of AngelouEconomics. First of all, I want to say I'm delighted to be here in 2017. When we look at the Texas economy overall, the economic indicators that we track at AngelouEconomics have been very, very strong. Substantial population growth to the tune of 400,000 or so residents that moved to Texas. That's roughly about 1,100 people per day. Employment growth of nearly 2.5%. The state created 213,000 jobs last year, which is below our historical averages, but primarily this was due to the negative effects of Harvey. Retail growth has been solid, indicating a robust confidence on behalf of consumers and businesses who have been spending at record pace in Texas. Venture capital has been up, and the state has attracted and invested more than $1.6 billion in venture capital last year. A good solid increase in wages. Housing starts exceeded 110,000 single-family starts last year, which is at a record pace for our state. However, positive may be the news about reduction of the unemployment in the state of Texas. It also poses significant challenges for our new employers and existing employers because there is a dearth of available talent in our workforce for hire. And it is also an indicator that we may lead to a slowing down of the economy, particularly in some of our high-tech centers in the state of Texas, like Austin. The population in Texas will be just under 30 million in 2019. We expect growth of about 450,000 people this year and nearly 500,000 people, providing a significant contribution to our growth, which is realized in terms of additional real estate opportunities as well as additional retail opportunities for our economy. The driving sectors for Texas economy in the 2017, 18, and 19 have been areas like professional and business services, leisure and hospitality, education and health services. We've seen substantial growth in trade, transportation, and utilities. Even the financial sector has seen substantial growth. Our forecast is that the Texas economy is going to perform in all 6 cylinders. Every sector of the labor market will expand in 2018 and 19. The economy is performing well. Overall, we see significant gains in employment for our state in the next 2 years, reaching 250,000 new jobs to be created in 2018 and nearly 300,000 jobs in 2019, surpassing some of the previous records that have been set in these sectors. So the robust job growth in the state of Texas in 2017 was led by the job growth in 3 of our top markets, which were San Antonio, the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area, and Austin. Typically enjoys a top ranking in terms of job growth in the state, given the effects of Hurricane Harvey did not perform as well, but the economy in Houston is picking up steam, and we expect a full recovery in 2018 and 19. And now for the few minutes that we have left in this presentation, let's shift our subject to the forecast and economic indicators for Austin's economy. We've had a very robust population growth. Austin has continued to lead the state of Texas in population growth, as well as on the employment sector with 3.2% growth and a job creation of 32,000 jobs. This has been a very strong year for Austin's economy. Retail growth has followed the substantial increase in performance on both the population side as well as the employment growth. Venture capital funding, we've seen somewhat of a decline, but this is something to be concerned about because it's all about the timing where some of the major deals are closing on any given year. I believe this deficit will be more than made up in the venture capital funding for Austin in 2018 and beyond. We've had substantial business growth in our business formation rate. Average wages have continued to go up, although many of our employers indicate that our wages now are becoming very high, but at the same time, some of the growth in wages is not being able to keep up with the cost of living, and particularly cost of housing that we've seen in Austin. Housing starts, we've had a record year in housing starts in 2017 and projected to have a record year in 2018 and 19. The unemployment rate has declined, and at the end of the year it was at 2.6% at record lows. The unemployment rate is the source of the reduced rate of growth that we expect in the Austin economy in 2018 and 19. Simply put, our employers cannot grow their payrolls because they cannot find the available talent that they are seeking. So altogether we expect a robust employment growth of nearly 31,000 jobs per year in the course of the next 2 years. The takeaways of this presentation should be that Texas has led the nation in economic growth in the last few years, both in population and employment growth for the size of economy that we represent. That is really a function of the growing employment prospects of the largest cities in the state of Texas, of which Austin is leading that growth. Houston was an exception last year, where we've seen lower levels of economic performance because of the impacts of the hurricane, but it appears that the economy is recovering rather quickly, and it's well on its way to not only recover but also exceed past levels of employment growth. Moreover, from a long-term perspective, you're looking at a state that will surpass 60 million people by the year 2050. So particularly for real estate, population growth and business growth is really the two major determinants of prosperity in that sector. And I hope the audience here will continue to invest in real estate markets. Many of our individual cities now enjoy top-tier level in terms of stature or ranking of performance in the U.S. Real estate market. Challenges for many of our individual metro areas, including overall for the state of Texas. Housing affordability is becoming an issue for Austin. It's becoming an issue for Dallas and perhaps Houston. Transportation challenges and traffic congestion. It's a serious issue in the state of Texas and many of our metro areas. And this is an area where we can make investments to be sure that we guarantee a level of economic growth and prosperity for our state. We don't want to choke in transportation gridlock, as California did, in particular the Silicon Valley. We want to be sure that we look at investing in our future, and I guess one thing that I will say is that we can never overinvest in transportation in any one of our cities or overall for the state of Texas economy. Part of my confidence in the state of Texas economy is validated by a most recent report from the Texas Comptroller's Office that suggested that the state of Texas economy will see an additional revenue of nearly $3 billion in 2018 based on the robustness of the real estate. Thank you very much for listening to my short presentation. I hope you found it useful. Feel free to contact me in the future of any questions that you might have